Welcome to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and today, of course, is Tuesday, November 16th, 2021. Hey, just a reminder, if you like the show, hit the share button, hit the like button, and of course, you can comment live during the show on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com. There you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. Learn this stuff. It's great stuff. All right. On today's show, we're going to be discussing, of course, the market update. We're going to be talking about the fact that people are actually spending money. We're going to be talking about Peloton raising money. We talked about Peloton the other day. Walmart, and a really great day they had. We're going to be talking about the infrastructure bill party. Oh yeah, wait to hear about this. We're going to be talking about the Pfizer pill, and of course, the wrap-up. So today, the Dow, actually, it finished up almost 55 points, and I'll tell you, it was up almost 200, it was actually up over 200 points at one point, and it was doing really well. However, it was kind of weird because I was looking at some stocks, and I knew something wasn't right. I knew it wasn't going to maintain it because many of the stocks weren't up there, and it was just some of the stocks that brought it back up with some of the retail stocks. We'll talk about that in a little while. And that was the problem. The S&P is up 18 points, and the NASDAQ actually did pretty well, up 120 points. And we're going to talk about some of those plays and why that happened in a little while. All right, so let's get into, real quick, let's get into what's going on in what is it, Peloton, right? I'm sorry. We're going to talk about people spending money. So, first of all, U.S. shoppers accelerated their level of spending in October, even as the prices of goods jumped at their fastest pace since 1990s, which was reported by the Commerce Department. So, a lot of people are buying stuff, even though prices are up. Retail sales, a measure of how much consumers spent on goods, ranging across categories from autos to sporting goods, also food and gas, increased 1.7% for October compared to 0.8% for the previous month. Online shopping posted the biggest relative gain for the month, raising 4% with a 10.2% gain from last year. So interestingly enough, now that the stores are opening up, it doesn't matter. More people are still shopping online. Interesting. Soaring prices at the pump pushed gasoline sales up 3.9% in October. And if you've been to the gas pumps lately, you've seen the little stickers that say "I did that," where they show President Poopy Pants pointing. So make sure you have the stickers because I think those are hysterical because the gas prices are so high. They've gone up 3.9% since October. Year over year, sales increase at stations have increased 46.8%. So people are actually buying more gas, which is kind of cool too. So this is good news, maybe. Remember, these are year-over-year comparison numbers, and it might be that the comparison is from lockdown or the fear of the dreaded coronavirus. Oh my goodness, kept so many people away from retail sales that it's just the opening of the jail cells and the excitement of bringing new sales. When I say jail cells, I mean your jail cell that you would locked in your home. I, for one, actually went to the mall for the first time in about a year and a half. I went there recently, and I did see many stores that I used to know that are now closed, but there were people in the mall, I gotta tell you. They were walking the halls. More than I expected, actually. However, less than I'm used to. I even posted on Facebook the following. I want to thank President Biden for making it so easy to find a parking spot at the mall. All right, another thing driving up sales is the fact that more Americans have more credit available to them. Many banks have been pushing for their customers to get new cards. And look, that certainly makes it easier for people to buy items, and they may not have had the money in the past, but they have it now. Furniture stores are also benefiting from the increase in home sales. Inflation is a problem, and as I discussed yesterday, it's not going away. Get used to the new prices, but also stop living in the past or in fear, and go ahead and buy the item you were going to buy. You deserve it. You only live once. Enjoy it. It'll definitely be a good choice for you to do that because there's no reason for you not to. All right, let's talk a little bit about Peloton. So Peloton, whose shares tumbled last week on very bad earnings report, is planning to raise $1.07 billion through a new stock offering that values its shares at a discount to the trading price. This is something that's often done to either keep the company going in times of financial distress or launch a new product. In this case, the company is in a bit of financial distress. The new shares are being launched with a price below the current trading value, which is odd too, but then again, the stock actually went up, which is kind of strange. It's very weird that the stock went up even though they said they were going to launch it below. So I don't understand that at all. All right. So this is the, it's probably because Wall Street feels good about the product and the prospect of the product. Honestly, with Peloton, the real business model of Peloton is the subscription program, not the machines. So each machine has a video screen that brings you into a class with a live instructor or a course as you ride or as you use the exercise machine. Peloton was banking on the gym model of enrollment to get as many people as they can for recurring revenue and counting on the fact that most won't use the service. I remember reading somewhere that people who have subscription services will go 18 to 24 months of not using them before they cancel. Of course, you will also have your loyal users that will pay forever. However, the trick is to find higher percentage of loyal users to stay on the program while offering them new services and continuing to replace the non-users that drop off with new non-users. As the world reopened and gyms reopened, Peloton sales understandably fell. By the way, I like the company for future growth. However, I still see it falling a little bit more before it regains a higher stock price. Don't forget how Fitbit fell after skyrocketing, then Google bought them for over $2 billion. I personally think Meta platform, Facebook, should buy Peloton. It's clearly part of what they're trying to call as the metaverse already, and I think it would connect more people. Let's talk a little bit about Walmart. Hey, have you been to a Walmart lately? Yeah, me neither. Anyway, Walmart is making moves as their grocery department is becoming a safe haven for lower grocery prices. This has made Walmart's earnings top expectations. So this is what they came in today. They came in at 1.45 per share versus 1.4 per share, and the revenue was $140 billion versus $135 billion. So it's a pretty nice difference in revenue. At by the way, the Walmart membership-based club, Sam's Club, sales stores grew 13.9%, excluding fuel, compared to the 8.7% growth that was expected. So they kicked butt. Just remember, of course, Walmart is also entertaining too. If you love people watching, this is definitely the place to go. Have you ever seen some of those Walmart videos? They're great to watch. By the way, my number one stalker or troll is not here, but I bet you can find Kittens Johnson there. Hey Kittens, which Walmart do you shop at for kitty litter? People want to know. All right, let's take a break and we'll be back in just a minute. And then we're going to be talking about some more cool stuff.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and today we have been discussing, of course, the market update. We've been discussing the fact that the market is actually up. The Dow is up 55 points. The S&P is up 18 points. The NASDAQ actually popped about 120 points. That's pretty cool. We've also been talking about the fact that people are actually spending money in this economy, which I think is a good thing. It'll actually keep the economy going for a little while, and we'll all benefit from it. We talked about Peloton raising money because, as you know, Peloton is hurting a little bit and they need to raise some money. We talked about Walmart and how much fun it is to shop in Walmart. Yeah. We also will be talking about the infrastructure party and the Pfizer pill, and then I'll be talking about some of my stock picks for the day. But first, did you hit the share button? Hey, hit the like button. Let me know you enjoy the show. And of course, you can leave comments, and I'll try to respond to them live. I don't see any comments. Come on, leave some comments, guys. I want to be able to see some comments. So if you're watching the show, hey, leave a comment that says, "Hi, Larry," or anything else you want to leave, and I would love to see the comments. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the infrastructure bill party. As we discussed yesterday, President Poopy Pants signed the bipartisan infrastructure bill last evening. As I mentioned yesterday, I'm actually a fan of the bill, and even though I know it's going to cause some financial stress on the government, I realize that it's going to be paid for anyway, just like everything else gets paid for eventually. What I don't understand is why President Poopy Pants and his minion have to do a countrywide tour to promote it. Isn't that bizarre, right? This was in the news today. Mr. Biden and members of his cabinet are planning events around the country to promote the roughly $1 trillion infrastructure law, which aims to repair roads, bridges, and upgrade the electrical grid and expand access to broadband internet. So why do you need to promote it? It already passed. I don't get this. Just go do the work. Look, I kind of wonder if it's because Poopy Pants and the vice lady, Harris, they need to try to boost their popularity. By the way, has anybody even heard from the vice lady? Is she still around, or is she hiding under a desk? Oh wait, that's how she got into politics in the first place. I forgot. Anyway, good luck with your infrastructure bill tour. On the way out of the White House, would you do me a favor and close the door and maybe leave someone responsible in charge behind? Oh, by the way, I have a joke. Hey, what does Biden wear when he's visiting the Pope? Depends. All right, let's talk a little bit about the Pfizer pill. Pfizer submitted its application to the Food and Drug Administration for emergency authorization of its COVID-19 treatment pill, saying it reduces hospitalization and death by 89% when administered with a common HIV drug. The pill, if authorized by the FDA, could help revolutionize the fight against COVID by allowing high-risk people infected with the virus to take an oral antiviral drug at home instead of going to the hospital. So basically, you can go to the pharmacy and get a pill, and you'll cure COVID. Such a treatment could help reduce the strain that's been reduce the strain that has been put on hospital systems during the pandemic. What strain? Oh, never mind. You will never learn the truth anyway. Let's get back to the story. We are moving as quickly as possible in our effort to get this potential treatment into the hands of patients, and we look forward to working with the FDA on its review of our application, along with other regulatory agencies around the world, Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla said in a statement. Okay, look, I'm all for coming up with treatments and cures, but how is it all of a sudden that something that took years, being an FDA approval, now takes months? Yes, I get the emergency idea. But aren't deaths by cancer, heart attack, and other diseases as important? Why can't we push some of the drugs that people with these ailments? Oh, wait, I forgot. It's all about politics and money. COVID is based on science and money, right? Political science and money to the investors in Washington. I'm going to go take a break. I will see you guys in a couple of minutes, and I will talk about more. Investor schooling needs a new slogan.
Investor schooling? Never heard of.
Investor schooling?
Never heard of.
Investor schooling? Never heard of them.
Any suggestions? Phil?
Investor schooling. We never heard of you either.
Investor Schooling. We never heard of you either. Register for a free class at investorschooling.com.
Investor schooling. Those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling? Those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling?
Those guys are everywhere.
Investor Schooling. Those guys are everywhere. Register for a free class at investorschooling.com.
Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and I was just thinking about how funny that commercial is. Every time I see that commercial, I just laugh at how really bad the acting is. And I think that's what makes the commercial really funny, is how bad the acting is. All right, so far we've been discussing the fact that the market is up. The Dow is up 55 points, the S&P is up 18 points, and the NASDAQ is up 120 points. I don't like these numbers. I think they're not going to stay there long. All right, we also talked about the fact that people are spending money. We talked about the fact that Peloton was raising money, and I actually still think that Meta is the perfect people to buy Peloton, and we will see what happens in the future, just like Google buying Fitbit, and we'll see. We talked about Walmart. We talked about the infrastructure party and why in the world does President Poopy Pants and Vice Lady have to go over there, have to go to state to celebrate the infrastructure bill? Go do what you need to do. All right. We also talked about the fact that the Pfizer has a pill and why we should I don't know, have emergencies for everything that people are dying of. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the wrap up. But first of all, did you guys hit that share button? Come on now. I see you guys watching. Did you hit the share button? Did you hit the like button? Did you let me know you're enjoying the show? And of course, you can leave comments on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, on LinkedIn, no matter where you're watching. I also want to remind you that this show will be moving to 7:30 on Monday through Friday as of November 29th, and we'll be broadcasting the show on WWDB Radio in Philadelphia live as of December 1st. So stay tuned for that. By the way, I'm really still wondering how Philadelphia is going to react to Larry Steinhouse during morning drive. Can you imagine some of the people in Philadelphia listening to me and talking about President Poopy Pants? That's going to be so funny. All right, the market was up today, but I got to be honest, most of my plays were kind of down today. And most of the investors, they kind of moved their money toward retail like a mosquito towards a bright light. Home Depot jumped 6% as the earnings for Home Depot supply exceeded expectations. Walmart moved up as it had great earnings. We talked about that. Lowe's also moved up with the news of Home Depot. And it appears that retail sales are pushing up and everyone is happy, even though inflation is on the rise. And we talked about that before. I think it's fantastic that it's still moving up. By the way, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a couple of interesting years or months as the retail market cools down and some normalcy returns. By the way, that's only if the Democrat dictators allow it. But hopefully we will behave long enough for them to give us some of our freedoms back. All right, the cruise stocks such as Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian were also down today. I got to tell you, I believe it's just cyclical trading, and these are all opportunities. I actually texted out to my students today to buy CCL. I think it's a great play. The airline stock were also down, and again, I believe this is just the same cyclical trades as investors pile into retail. I still like CCL, I still like AAL, and I even added to my positions today. I actually bought a bunch of stuff in AAL today. I thought it was a great play. Meta fell back a few points, but nothing special, and Apple rose about 1.5 points. I think Apple's about to run. So I think it'd be nice if I get a pullback, but I think it's about to run. Tesla and Rivian are on the move again as they both rose today. Rivian hit 160s. So if you bought this the other day, I realize you weren't going to get it at 78, but if you bought it at 100, you'd be up 60% now, and I think you should take the money. Tesla was also back over 1,000, and Lucid, another EV car company, also skyrocketed today. Robinhood got a downgrade, and that hurt my portfolio because I'm holding too much. Qualcomm moved up as it claimed that it no longer will be staying in the niche of mobile phones after losing its Apple iPhone business as Apple moves to making its own chips. So they're saying that they're going to be doing some other cool stuff and they no longer have to do it. That's a really good idea for them, by the way. And Apple is a really good idea for Apple to make their own chips, and that will help their business in the future, not only the chips, but also in case we ever have a situation where all the chips are on a boat in the Pacific. As I've said before, crypto is also usually a tell for the stock market. Now, if you remember, crypto started to move down yesterday, and Bitcoin even dropped below 60,000 briefly today. Ethereum also dropped below 4,200, and of course my millionaire making play is Shiba, and that dropped over the last couple of days and is now at 48. I knew I should have waited. But anyway, my next buy on that is 39 millionths of a cent, and when that happens, I'm going to add to my portfolio, and it should be a good play. Once again, I'm up so much I don't really care. It's just kind of interesting. Dogecoin dropped about 23 cents, and I'm going to tell you right now, get ready to buy soon because you're going to want to buy it. It's going to be a good play. I like it a lot. All right. Once again, I want to thank you for watching Money Chat Now. Don't forget, we'll be moving on the 29th to 7:30, and we'll be live on the radio on WWDB as of December 1st. Hey, are you going to listen? Are you going to watch? Let me know if you're going to listen or watch. Put it in the comments. Say you love the show. Just make me feel good about it. That's all. If you've made some money with some of the stock tips or any of the tips discussed in the show, please also leave a comment. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. Hit that like button and share it on your wall. Of course, as you know, from time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed in this show. The opinions discussed in this show is solely mine, and no one has asked me to discuss them. Thank you again for watching Money Chat Now. We look forward to your continued support, and we will see you tomorrow, once again, at 4:03. Thanks, everybody.